Welcome to this brief overview of the Usability package for SAP Business One, an add-on that makes users more productive, saving time, money, and energy that could be better used in growing your business. I'm going to show you some ways to make SAP Business One work for you, tailoring it to suit how you work and speeding up your processes. By the end of this demo, you should have some real insight into how you can save yourself clicks, phone calls, and errors. First, I'm going to tidy up the screen a bit by getting rid of fields that I don't need and moving some of the other fields up so that they're nicely aligned. As you can see, this is extremely easy to do. Now here's a shot of the screen before these changes and after. A much tidier and more focused layout. You can also move user-defined fields, which are located on a slightly cumbersome separate screen, onto the main screen, which will allow me to get rid of it and make the interface more manageable and easier to navigate. Now let's finish this redesign by quickly creating a new tab to put some more fields onto. All you need to do here is give the tab a name and decide which fields you want to put onto it. Every one of these changes I'm making requires you to do little more than right-click and select what you want to do. No coding or wizardry is involved, and it results in all of your important information being in a logical sequence that makes complete sense. Now, using the toolbox, I'm adding email and website launch buttons, specifying that the cursor should appear in the name field when I arrive at the screen, and putting national flags on the business partner screen, as well as adding a unique password generator. I'm now adding some function buttons so that the Business Partner Master Data screen has functionality similar to a dashboard. One to call this customer using Skype, one to export the customer's invoices to XML using our EDI solution, and another to create documents on the fly. Now let's look at these changes in action. The email button, which allows me to instantly email the business partner. The website button. The password generator. The Skype button, which means that a Skype call with this business partner is just one click away. The Export Invoices button, which enables the easy export of any data into XML or any other format. And the Create Documents button. In this case, we've used a multi-button, which allows multiple functionalities in the same button. You can of course choose yourself what these options will be. In this case, we've incorporated the most popular sales documents, and each one of them is opened with the business partner code already pre-populated to save you more time. In addition to these customizations, I've added a set of valid values to the discount field, so I can be sure to always enter the correct information into the field. Plus a validation so that I can easily determine whether a customer is above his credit limit from the red coloration of the account balance field. Again, there's no coding involved in these changes, so there's no need to be or to hire a developer in order to implement them, and you can easily apply these types of rules to any field in SAP Business One. With the B1 up, you can easily create your own rules and insert specific business logic into any window in SAP Business One. Here are some examples. First of all, I've specified that the system should check, line by line, for specific information and alert me to any deviation. In this case, I want the system to highlight whenever there's an item in the sales order with 0 prices, and I've cleared out some of the prices so you can see how it works. Also, by simply right-clicking, I've made the customer reference field mandatory, so that all the required information is in place before I save the document. I've also made it a different colour so you can easily tell which fields are mandatory and which are not. All of this was done without writing a single line of code, just a simple right click and nothing more. In this example, I've created a button that calculates the total quantity in all the rows. In case the quantity is below 20, as you can see from the pop-up message, the system asks me whether I'd like to add a fee item. If I click no, nothing happens, and I can carry on adding the order. And if I choose yes, then an extra item will be added to the order. This type of interaction with the users ensures that document data is entered correctly, saving a lot of time that can be spent on other administrative tasks. Here's another example where I've created a function button which is running a specific SQL report. However, unlike a regular report, I've added the orange arrows, columns that are editable, and most importantly, I can actually choose a relevant row from the report to populate the lines in a document. Now that we have the items in the document, you can choose to search for items using a unique search box, which I added by clicking on the checkbox in the toolbox menu that you saw before, which saves me having to look for these items manually in a document. Imagine how much time this could save when searching for hundreds of items. Finally, by accessing a specific item, you can click on a button to search for that item's description in Amazon. This is a great example of how you can use the B1UP to gather and extract information from a window in SAP Business One and push it into any external program. Another example of this could be a button to search for a tracking number in any number of shipping providers. The fact is, you can use this functionality to create shortcuts in any number of your business processes, saving not only time and frustration but a whole heap of money too. With the B1UP, it's also easy to automate business procedures that you use frequently and which are fiddly and time-consuming to execute. In this example, the handling of service calls has been automated, so that with one click of a button, you can create an automatic return that will take the item from the service call and place it in the return. For those of you that are familiar with the service call module, you'll know that adding related documents can take about 11 clicks. Here, with one button, we've automated the entire process, so the user simply needs to click that and the task will be completed. In order to easily navigate between the two, I've also added a user-defined field which was moved onto the main screen on the top right. I've also specified that this new field will be linked to an orange arrow for quick access, and so that this return can be identified as being based on a service call, the item being returned was also entered automatically into the return. This only took a few minutes to create, and now all service calls can be handled far more quickly than before. A similar shortcut could be implemented for any business model, and this is one of the reasons why the B1UP is so popular with SAP Business One users throughout the world. Every business works in its own way, and no system is built to fit with them all. Therefore, your system needs to be customized to fit into how you work. The B1UP makes this achievable for everyone. Now we'll have a look at a solution that has been designed for a company looking to rent some of their products. Firstly, there's a new menu which features a rental order option. This rental order is basically just a sales order with a different name, and is defined by a newly created user-defined field. Now I'll go ahead and enter some information so you can see how it works. First of all, you'll see that there's a mandatory field in place so that when I try to create this order, the system advises me that I must first insert a customer reference number. Once this has been completed, and I try to create a rental transfer for this item into a virtual warehouse by clicking Rental Order, the system prompts me to select which item it should refer to. Select this, and you can then move on to the rental transfer window. We now have all the information in place to enter the transfer. The new document is open and has been automatically populated with the relevant information without any user effort at all. From here, you can enter some more items or simply proceed by entering the relevant serial number that you want to rent out and create the transfer. If needs be, you can even run a special report that will track the movements of each rental item. This entire solution was created using no SDK at all, and this is how powerful B1UP can be. Obviously, this is only one very specific example, and the possibilities for essentially creating your very own business system using the B1UP are endless, enabling you to maximize the capabilities of SAP Business One and see a bigger return on investment from your ERP system. Visit boyimpact.com now for more information and to download your free trial.
you.